Hello Gemini, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a monthly psychic tarot reading for Gemini's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross watchers are always welcome. I'm specifically tuning into the month of December 2025 and seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for Gemini. So let's get to your messages. What's the overall energy of the month of December? Thank you. What do Geminis need to know that's hidden in the month of December 2025? Thank you. Outcome and advice for the month of December. Outcome and advice. Thank you. All right, turn these cards over, see what we're working with. In the overall energy, Gemini, we've got 5 cards coming out. We have the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, and Strength reversed. All right, interesting. Starting out with the Truth. Ace of Swords, new energy, epiphanies, new ideas, new ways of seeing things, clarity. It feels like this Truth with this dragonfly motif on the sword, that this Truth is transformational. It allows you to become the version of yourself that you prefer. It's helping you see yourself clearly, more clearly, and step into this new version of yourself. 10 of Pentacles. Wow, with elephants on the card as well. This feels like something you're going to be working on, that you're working on, maybe for a long time. Something you're building, a legacy you're leaving behind. I'm getting a very family, multi-generational, that's why I'm getting time over time, that it takes a while to grow this. It feels like why the 10 of Pentacles is coming in is because you've let go, or in the month of December, you're letting go of a limited belief. This is as good as it gets, like clinging on, holding on to a life preserver, survival mode, and you're working towards your 10 of Pentacles. It feels like this is what allows the 10 of Pentacles to come in. You're letting go of limitations, of what doesn't benefit you, whether that's a person, environments, situations, belief systems, maybe all of the above. This feels like a pretty big shift that I'm tuning into. With the Wheel of Fortune, you're no longer allowing the world to happen to you. You're taking control of your destiny, of your Wheel of Fortune. You're seeing the truth, and you're creating what you prefer and bringing it into your reality. There's letting go. The Strength card in reverse, there's insecurities coming up. This feels internal worries. Maybe an exhaustion, but it feels like there's something. Solar plexus chakra, your seat of personal power. We'll address that and figure out why the Strength card is in reverse. So let's go through and clarify. Why is the Ace of Swords in Gemini's reading for the month of December? What does Gemini need to know? What's this truth? Transformational truth? Well, it's coming after 2 of Swords, 2 pages. Page of Swords reverse and Page of Wands reverse, and then the Knight of Pentacles showing up. It feels like there's been a fog of confusion that's kept you kind of stuck, maybe clinging to environments and belief systems. Something has been taking a long time. And I feel like there's a timing element to what's happening, this inspiration, the Ace of Swords, a new perception, new ideas, epiphanies. And just imagining what that feels like when you have a new idea come in and you can feel it hitting your crown chakra like a light bulb, lighting you up. And it takes 20 seconds, 16 to 20 seconds for your crown chakra to revolve one time. And for that light bulb idea to populate and fill up their crown chakra and start telling your other chakra systems, hey, let's tune into this new idea. I'm seeing that remembering what it feels like, don't bat away ideas the moment they come in. It feels like you could really be in kind of a negative mindset, negative mood. That might bat away that light bulb. Before checking it out, seeing if that's viable, imagining, and then slowly creating that, bringing it out from an idea up here and seeing if it's viable, if you can bring that idea into the 3D. Ground it in slowly. There's also something here about not trying to convince others of this new idea. It feels like the inspiration's hitting your crown chakra so it's for you. All right, why is the Ten of Pentacles here? I'm just loving this imagery of the elephant family and the flowers. So much stability and wisdom with elephants. They're the largest land mammal, right? They have a lot of wisdom and ability and understanding of how to create things in reality. It takes the time it takes to build what it takes. All right. Wheel of Fortune now in reverse with Judgment card. Feels like you're coming out of a period of time where you didn't have control, didn't understand how to take control of your Wheel of Fortune. It feels like a calling. Judgment. These people are in their coffins, and this angel is calling them out of their small lives inside that coffin and calling them to a larger life, something new. And it feels like you're coming out of a period of confusion where you didn't understand how to take control of your life. And this feels very much, I'm so glad Judgment and Ten of Pentacles came up together, because it does feel like maybe this idea, this inspiration, the calling's coming from inside the house. It's for you. It feels like it's inspiring you, or you're already inspired to something much bigger, something greater than you, something that you're going to be working on for the rest of your life. A legacy, something you're going to leave behind. Beautiful. Four of Pentacles in reverse, letting go of old beliefs, old situations, old relationships, anything that feels limited, that you were holding on thinking this is as good as it gets. Feels like by letting go of those beliefs, you're allowing space for this new idea, new you, new life, new something that you feel called to. A calling. When I've had people try to explain to me their calling, then it sounds of a little cuckoo. Even if I were trying to explain to all of you or anyone else what my calling is, what I feel called to, it's their messages for you. Excuse me. A lot of times people are looking for validation, approval from the people around them in regards to something that's an internal idea, perception, and they're trying to convince, well, I got this intuitive hit, and then there was a synchronicity, and that told me, and then this song came on at just the right time. Those messages are for you to help validate and assure. They're not proof to prove to others. If you're trying to convince others of what you want to do, then you're kind of wasting your time. A calling is internal. It's for you. You can create it and start building on it. But if you're needing to get others to see, those clues, those hints, those synchronicities, those hits, intuitive hits, they're for you. They're not to prove to others and try to get others to support you in this. Yes. Okay, so you're letting go of this. Four of Pentacles reversed, releasing from Three of Swords, Knight of Cups. Someone who sells you a false reality and then betrays you. Someone who tells you a fantasy, projecting onto you or getting you to project onto them in the situation an idealized perspective, which leads to being betrayed, people taking advantage of fantasy, of feeling of an idea. Feels like there's some heart healing here that can happen. And understanding why in the past you might have chosen something that's feels good and ignored like red flags and the truth, like wanting something to be true so badly in someone else that you're willing to ignore like red flags and signals. And it feels like you're letting go of something that never turned out to be the fantasy you wanted it to be. I almost get there's a resistance for some of you. Not trying to call you out, Gemini, but I'm getting a resistance to let go of the fantasy and deal with what's the reality. Feels like that's a great step towards healing. Letting go. All right, tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? It came up in reverse in regards to the Ten of Cups. Okay, these cards came out as a challenge to the Wheel of Fortune. Moving on. Six of Swords, Chariot, Star reversed. Moving on to calmer waters, making moves. It feels like it's a challenge to take control of your destiny. In December, it looks like you're letting go, healing your nervous system. It feels like that might be a challenge in December. How can I regulate my nervous system? How can I stay calm and not allow someone to rattle your cage, to send you into fight or flight? There's something here about a real need to get out of survival mode. Stop walking on eggshells. Energetically, that's intelligent because your base chakra, your root chakra, if you're in survival mode, how can you create what you prefer? How can you allow in new ideas? There's something very important about feeling at ease, not being in constant fight or flight, freeze or fawn. And for some of you, you're making moves, moving away to create distance from whatever you're letting go of so you can create, so you have the space to create the version of yourself that you prefer and the life you prefer. It looks like there's some imbalances, some lessons. It feels like you're healing from past lessons, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge to let go, learn from and heal from those past hurts. So you can become, I'm getting the same thing. So you can become this new version of yourself and a new life. So you can put yourself in the best energetic vantage point so you can receive these new ideas. So much excitement from Boo Boo and JJ back there. Hi, guys. Goodness gracious. So much excitement. Oh, I almost forgot. The Strength card in reverse. Why is the Strength card in reverse in the overall energy? Feeling nervous? Okay. 9 of Swords coming out as a challenge to the Strength card. It looks like you've been stuck in a comfort zone. When I was in a comfort zone, all these swords were like fears. This person is not literally barred from leaving this comfortable bed, but the fears that this person has in their mind keeps them stuck in a comfort zone. It's painful, uncomfortable, but the mentality is, at least I know what to expect. I'm too terrified to go face these fears and see what's on the other side. That makes a lot of sense. When you're coming out of a comfort zone, out of lesson, maybe being in your South Node for a long time, being stuck in an environment, it is difficult to face your fears. Just recognizing that everything that you want is on the other side of that fear. And by facing your fears and doing what you want to do and becoming who you want and not letting your fears keep you small, keep you stuck, keep you in a comfort zone, that keeps you insecure, worried. When you start facing your fears, you start getting a confidence, recognizing what you're capable of. And then fears don't stop you so much. You recognize, you become confident, real confidence. You perceive the fear and you do it anyway because you recognize that everything that you want is on the other side of that fear. And oftentimes it takes 30 seconds of doing something scary, terrifying, before you're on the other side of it and you're doing it. All right, in what's hidden, we have the Two of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and Temperance in reverse. Two of Wands is my card for needing to reimagine yourself and your life. And that's what it feels like you're doing in December. Or there's a letting go So new ideas, new inspiration can take hold so you can make those moves and start moving in that direction. Take control of your life. Not let fear dictate and keep you in a comfort zone. Figure out what lights you up. And start taking action towards that new you that you prefer to be. Start investing in that new timeline, new version of you. There's something here with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. That's my card for someone with full cup. Can't learn. No, seeing things differently. The story is the story. How I see myself is how I see myself. How I see it's locked in. There's no editing. There's no change. There's no shifting. That is someone stuck in the story and refusing or incapable of changing that story. Incapable or unwilling to see things from a different vantage point, to let go of that perspective, very small perspective. And Temperance in reverse is impatience. Feels like there's a need to alchemize. Change your perspective, change your mindset, start seeing things differently. It does not mean that the initial story is incorrect. Sometimes that story, yes, that's how you perceive that story. But when you allow expansion and change, it's not that the story changes, but you start seeing things from different perspectives, and growth and understanding, being able to see your story and point of view, being able to see other people's stories and point of view. When you're stuck in survival, you are very self-focused. And it's hard to perceive anyone else's emotions or what's going on, especially if you've been chronically in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And so it takes a while to adapt, to expand, to feel safe enough to let go of your singular perspective and start inviting different ways of seeing things. And you might be impatient. There might be an impatience. I want my new life to begin now. I want to just step into it. I don't want to do all the work that it takes to face fears, but no one else is going to do it. Who else is going to do it for you? It feels like there's some inner work that's potential here. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any of this. You can stay just as you are. What I'm tuned into is a Gemini who is interested in recreating, leaving the past in the past, taking control of your destiny, having a new life, new perspectives, and building something tangible and real, something that's made for you, something that inspires you, something that you're inspired to do. And so in what's hidden, it looks like you've done a lot. You're either reimagining, you have access to that, you can invest in that new life. There's just, a little shifting as you learn to heal a limited mindset. Maybe deconstruct, deprogramming, so you can see things from a different vantage point. Anything else that Gemini needs to know about what's hidden? The Ten of Pentacles again. This feels like so you. Taking action and investing in something that's you personally, not just Gemini, but you individual something that soul fulfillment, something that you really will enjoy working on, that you want to invest in the 3D, that leads maybe even to financial stability and abundance. All right. In the outcome and advice, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Cups. Boy, a lot of cups there. Okay. In the outcome and advice, it's talking about cultivating the environment that you prefer. It's going to take the time it takes. So in this new journey to being yourself and having the life you prefer, maintaining the Knight of Pentacles type of energy. He's the slowest moving knight of the deck, but it's because he is planting those seeds, those pentacles of what he wants to grow in his environment. And so when he gets to his destination, yeah, it's taken him longer because he's been growing, cultivating what he wants along the way. And it feels like that's the reminder here for you, Gemini, in December. Not just to let go of the past, but allow what you've experienced in the past to work for you, to learn from it, and to start planting seeds now of what you want to create for yourself. You can't journey, and when you get to a destination, I want this. But if you haven't been practicing those vibrations and those frequencies along the way, how are you going to have that happiness and joy and celebration and loving life and whatever it is that you're interested in experiencing? You can't not practice the vibration of it and then at some point have it. There's a need to cultivate those vibrations along the way. Hope that makes sense. And there's something here about getting stuck in a negative mindset, some limited beliefs around unhealed emotions. This feels like learning how to sit with uncomfortable emotions, not blaming others, not externalizing your emotional experience. They are your emotions, so they're your responsibility. And when you are having an emotional response, when you are activated, when you're triggered in some way, instead of blaming someone else, recognizing, ooh, I'm activated, they're my emotions, and figuring out why you're feeling it, why this person, this reflection, this person is a reflection, lighting up something within you. And instead of blaming the person who activated or triggered you, being able to sit with your emotions and process through. Being in your body, being like it's okay to feel these emotions. I'm getting something here about when you are emotionally activated and really not in control, that very activated, triggered in your emotions, that very quickly you might rush to some blame shifting or creating belief systems when you're out of whack. And when I'm out of whack, when I am emotionally triggered, when I'm in an expanded state, I recognize I'm in an expanded state. I'm not going to create beliefs here. I'm going to self-care. I'm going to take care of myself and my emotions. And once I get back to a non-expanded state, then I can look at a more neutral standpoint of what was going on. And it looks like this shift helps you find people who celebrate you, who you enjoy being with. There's something here about an emotional shift of and responsibility and understanding your own emotions that makes you more grounded in your emotions, so you're safe to be in relationships with others who are also responsible for their own emotions. There's something here about creating community, as I'm seeing. It feels like there's several things here. New ideas as you're releasing old, reimagining your life. You've got a calling that you're going for. Remember to cultivate what you want along the way and to be responsible for your own emotions and process through them, instead of relying on others, maybe. And once you process through, it feels like you're heading towards like a lot of community, people who uplift and care about you. So, all right, Gemini, I hope you have a wonderful December. Thank you so much for liking and commenting. Let me know what resonates and what doesn't in this reading. So, appreciate you so much. Have a great December.